Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic Guy on Board Game Geek, coming to you from my deathbed at my house where I am slowly fading away from a terrible cold that followed me back from BGG-Con, I guess, and has not let go, has turned into something worse, and wow, I'm just making my way through it. Anyway, we're going to get through our next episode of Clank. Now, if I do not complete the game in this session, this is likely to be the last episode of Clank. I think you get to see, the main thing I want to show you was what is different in Clank in Space, and I think you've seen that. If you like Clank, then you know what the game is going to give you, but I have some things that are more suited to our type of playthroughs that will be better. And in fact, I'm going to talk about one of them now. It's called Legacy of Dragonholt, which you can also see. What's really cool is there's two other people doing playthroughs of it right now. There's Colin, the one-stop co-op shop, and also Rolling Solo. And they are both doing a playthrough of this. So I think between the three of us, we'll probably do something, and it'll really show how different each game will end up being. I think it's going to be very cool. It's a really neat game. But we're playing Clank right now, so let's get to that. This is our Clank pool that you can see right here. We're going to get started with the blue player's turn. And by the way, I forgot to mention, by the way, if you have sniffle, I apologize. These tokens go with both our orange player and our blue player, meaning that they have gotten their access to the command center by doing their data nodes here, and it is also increased. Now there was a couple errors in the last one. One thing I want to mention is that as I had people passing through this room here, I didn't stop them, and they should have stopped there, and I just want to point that out. I did stop them in the other room, but not in that one. So let's get busy with our blue player's turn. We're going to get his cards out and see what he's got. Okay, here's our blue player's cards. We have the Android Diva, which gives him 3 purchasing power, 1 movement point, plus if we can play another one of these, which we don't have in our hand, we get 5 extra credits. We have a Boldly Go, which is 2 credits and another movement point, so that's 5 credits right there and a move, plus 1, 2. Move, 2 more purchasing, a combat, and a stumble. So from the stumble, we're going to put another token into the pool. We're going to get rid of that card. We'll just discard it. And then we have these to deal with. So let's go take a look at his movement. He does have some options here. So obviously we want to start beelining it for the area where we can get the artifacts. And to do that, we got to do some big moves. I think what we're going to do, now he doesn't have enough money, he almost has enough money to buy something in the marketplace. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to go 1 over here. We'll pick up one of these tokens, and it's money. We got lucky. I was kind of hoping it would be money. A lot of those are. That gives him 5, 6, 7, 8 credits. And then he's going to move into here, and this space is a market space, and that's a cool thing because it allows us to buy some stuff. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to purchase multipass. I think it's called a multipass or something like that. Anyway, we're going to purchase one of these for 7. So that cost him 7. And then he can now use one of the teleporters. So he's got this token here. And now he also has, that was his movement, but he also has a 2 combat, which he'll use to, let's take a look at the row. I think he's going to take something out of the row. So he does have enough combat to get this Shredder bot right here. Let's take a look at this dude. If you defeat it, it'll take this thing, this defeat. You may trash any card in your play area or discard pile. I don't think he cares about it. Well, you can trash a stumble, which he'll do. So he's going to defeat this guy. It cost him his 2 attack points. So that guy gets defeated. And he is going to permanently remove one of his stumbles from his deck. And that's pretty good. And then he's also got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things, 7 points to purchase with. There's a number of things that he could do. I think he's going to purchase one of these exterminators, which look like the Terminator. Gives him 2 attacks and a movement, and he gets to draw a card. So he's going to do that. That will go into his discard pile. That's 5. Plus he's got 2 more. He will buy the very last phaser and get it out of play. So he's got that, and that is going to go in his discard pile. Now we got to replace 2 cards in the combat row. So the first one is going to be a shapeshifter. Copy any other card in your play area. He costs 5, and he's worth 2 victory points at the end. And then we have the feline. That's neat. It's a robot. Discard a card and draw a card. Instead, discard a card to draw 2 cards. That's pretty good. So that's what goes in the area. It didn't trigger anything from our big bad guy, which is good. And that's going to be the end of the blue player's turn. So we're going to move on now to our the orange player and take a look at his hand. Of course, that is after we draw the blue player's new hand. So let's see what he gets. 1, 2, 5. Let's see what he gets here. He gets a stumble, a hack, a phaser, and the android runaway. That is going to be his hand for this next turn. Okay, now we're going to get out the hand for our orange player. Here it is. It's the Cranky Doctor. He's got an access, so the Cranky Doctor heals him one, but he's not damaged. So he's only got 1 movement. He's got a lot of combat, 2, 3, 4 attacks, but only 1 movement. That really kind of burns him where he's at. Unfortunately, he can't really get anywhere with only 1 movement. So he is stuck there unless there's something in the row, and there is, that he can do to gain some movement. So first off, this guy's useless. So we're just going to put him aside. But so he has the 1 movement. We're going to use 1 phaser to get him some additional movement. I'll show you how. He's going to take out this door sentry. Now, it only takes 1 to defeat, which is going to leave him 3. Not very helpful, but he can take this guy out. That's going to give him 1 point of movement, so that guy's gone. And he's also going to defeat this guy for another 2, which is going to take 2 Clank, which is exactly what he has in the Clank pool, out of the pile. But that does give him an additional movement point. So with that movement point, he's just simply going to go to here and get one of these bigger tokens. Actually, that's a bad idea. He's not going to do that because he doesn't have a key. So he's going to go to here for his 2 movement points. That's really going to be it for him. He got 1 step further, but he is going to get to buy some things. He's got 2, 3, 4 points to spend. And I think what he'll do with those is he needs some movement, and there's nothing in the row that's going to give any movement. So he's going to buy a Boldly Go, which will give another movement point, and that's going to go in his discard pile. And then we're going to draw his new hand of 1, 2, 3, 4. He's only got 4 cards left, so we're going to have to shuffle it up. 3 hacks and another phaser in his current hand. Then I'm going to shuffle his discard pile up. Doing that right now. See what he gets. Whew. Okay, guys. I'm struggling through it, but I'm going to make it. So, here we go. All right. Let's draw that next card. I at least want to get the game up to where you see one of the mercenaries come into play, perhaps. I think you've seen just about everything the game has to offer. At least I've explained it. But let's get 1 more card for him. It is another phaser, so that's going to be his hand for the next round. And then we're going to replace, let me see, you got 1, 2, 3, you're going to place 2 cards in the row. This one, the registry hack, it's 1 point, but it's got a faction power. You may trash this and up to 3 other programs in your play area. And you have to have a crystal. He does not have that. And then the next one is this light scooter. Does 2 movement. That's pretty good. Acquire, teleport to an adjacent space. That's a good one. But not an attack. Wow, that's really nice. Okay, so now we're going to go to the white player's hand. And he doesn't have that much. He's got, right now, he's got a hack. Well, he's got the Baron. That's really good. He's got the data miner. That gives him a movement point. And let's see, does he got anything else from the faction? He does not. So it's just going to give him a movement point and 2 credits. And then he's got a phaser and a Boldly Go. So he's got 1, 2, 3 total movement points to deal with. Let's go check him out and see what we can get done with him. Well, so he needs 1 attack to get into here. That's not too hard for him. But I think the first thing we're going to play is we're going to play the data miner with the 1 point. We're going to play this. This card just gets played because it's going to give him 2 more credits, and that's going to give him just enough to purchase something. So he's going to move into here with our blue player for his 1 point, and then he's going to make a purchase there. And I think what he's going to buy is a key. So he is going to spend all of his credits. He had exactly 7 after that. And here they go. So the white player, oh, I'm sorry, that was not true. That is not true. He cannot buy that. He's only got 4 credits. I was looking at the orange player's credits. He has credits, but he doesn't. Take it back. I'm sorry, I made that. That's a mistake. I did do that wrong. He is 2 left actually. He spent 7, and then he's going to purchase a key. Boosh. There you go. All right, and then for his next, he's got 2 more movement points. So he's going to move there, and then into here for 1 more, and where he's going to stop. He's got a health kit. That's pretty good. So he's got a key to health kit. That is fantastic. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, we couldn't buy anything with the orange player. That kind of sucked, didn't it? It would have been good if he bought something, but he's going to continue to move through there and get through some spaces. And then, of course, now the white player doesn't have to stop there, but he's out of movement. That's all he's got. And then he's got 2 attack points. There's nothing really. The only thing to attack in the row is Lord Erraticus. So he's just going to attack this goblin for a credit. That's better than a sharp stick in the eye. So now he's got 3 credits still in his name. And then we're going to play so we've already played. Now we just got to do the credits. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 credits to spend on the row. Let's see, 6 credits. I know what he's going to buy. Yep, there is no question. He is going to buy the scooter for 5 points. Teleport to an adjacent space immediately on acquire. So he bought that. That means he's going to get to move again. He's going to pop into, what's the easiest access for him here? Let's see. He's going to pop into right here, because then he can just simply run up through here and get into a space where he can get this, at least this 10-point relic. And now it's going to be everybody's turn. Everybody's taken another turn, so we're going to go back around to the blue player. And we haven't had any attacks. It's been interesting. Oh, I do have to replace 1 card in the row, don't I? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Nope. All 6 cards are there. So we're just going to wrap around to the blue player's turn. But first, let's draw the white player's new hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay. Hack, 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 phaser, and phaser. Well, that's not too terribly bad for him, actually. So we're going to have that for his hand at next turn. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's move on to the blue player again and see what he's got. Okay, here's his hand. He's got a stumble, which he's going to have to take a clank for, so we'll deal with that. There's his clank for that, going into the clank pile. He's got a hack, that's 1 point. His 2 phasers are worth 4 points. I think he's going to hit Erraticus. And he's got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 1 movement. And he does not have another faction card, so he's just got 1 movement to spend, and he can spend it to get ahead. So let's go take a look at that. He's chasing the white player, but he's going to move into there. And then we're going to go take out, I think he's going to use those 2 phasers to knock Lord Erraticus out of the battle. Okay, blam! He can do it with 4. He's got 2 phasers to hit him with. That's 4 points. Erraticus gives him 7 credits. All players get health, 1 health. Move the boss marker on the space up. So it is moved up 1. We'll take a look at that in a moment, but I'm going to discard that. I'm going to give the blue player 7 more credits. That's pretty good for him. And then we're going to move the threat up 1 more time. Called it threat, but it's rage. It's rage. He's raging. Erraticus is raging. He moves that up, and that's going to be the blue player's full turn. We're going to then draw his new set of cards. I think he has enough for a new hand. Let's check that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He does. Let's take a look at it. He's got a hack, a boldly go, a hack, and a phaser. It's not a bad hand. And that's going to be it for him. And then we're going to replace a card in the row. Okay, not an attack again. Wow, we got an underworld contact. He gives us 2 credits, a couple movement points, and a credit if we have the faction guy there, that other faction to play. All right, that is the blue player's turn. Now let's move on to the orange player. The orange player has no movement. He needs movement. So he's got 4 combat. That doesn't really help him. It's just he's just going to be able to attack the goblin with it for 2 credits, because he can attack the goblin twice with that, and then that's 2 right there. And then he's going to buy some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can buy something worth 5. And I think he's going to take... He'll take this Psychic Priestess. If we can get another faction person and a crystal, that'll be helpful. And that's really going to be his entire turn. Now we're going to have to go replace something in the row, which could cause an attack. So let's draw his hand out, see what he gets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to go replace a card in the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here's what we got. We got an access. He's got his information broker, a phaser, his scramble, and a hack. Those are his cards for the turn. That is his cards. Now let's go replace that card in the row. Okay, we get a Killbot. Doesn't do anything, just something we can fight. Oh wait, it does. We do have an attack. So we're going to actually draw 3 cubes out and see who gets hit. Oh, you know what? The blue player did regain 1 of the health. He had 2 points of damage. He only has 1 because when he defeated Erraticus, it healed everyone 1 point of damage. So here's the bag. Let's get out 3. I think there's 1. That's 1, 2, and 3. So the blue one comes right back out, but 2 more black ones come out. and blue has 2 points of damage on him again. So that is the end of that round. For him, now we're going to go to that was the orange player's turn. So now we're going to go to the white player. Okay, so he's got 3 hacks and 2 phasers. Again, he can't move this turn, which kind of sucks. We've got to get some movement cards into our hands, I believe. But it does give him a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 credits plus 2 attacks. So he's going to take 2 credit tokens for attacking the goblin. Well, there's this guy. You know what? Hold on. He'll do this one. The killbot's better. Sorry, I'm tilting the camera. He's going to attack the killbot out of the row. That'll be 3 credits instead of just 1. That's a much better way to go. So there's 3 credits for him right there for killing that guy. And that is his 2 points of attack. He's got 2 more. So then with that other 2 points, he will attack the goblin and get another credit. So that's 1 more. He can actually almost buy something again. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Oh, 7. He's got 7 again. He could buy something. If he gets... Well, he could do that right now. He's in the space for it, but he can't move. Okay, so anyway, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points to buy something with. And he's going to buy this exterminator because that will give him some more attack and some movement. So that goes into his discard pile. And then we're going to replace 2 cards in the row. But first we're going to draw his hand up because that's really all he can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you have to move on to a space to use it. So I don't think he can purchase. But he gets his Exo Stomper, a stumble, a door hack, which gives him a movement point and an access. If you trash card this turn, I can. I'll trash if I can trash that one. We'll see. I get 2 movement. So he's got some extra movement there. Not the greatest. But he also has to get his... Oh man, I just realized. You know what he can do while he's in that space is drop his data node, which he's going to do. It's in a space that will give him 1 additional credit. See right there. But now he's got both his data nodes down, which means he now gets 1 of these tokens too and can grab a artifact, and that means Erraticus goes up 1 more. We're going to be drawing 4 from the bag now, and one of the mercenaries goes in there. He's pretty nasty. That goes into the Clank space with the rest of the Clank cubes. Now when they come out, they attack everybody on the ship, I believe. It's pretty tough stuff. But just adds another layer. So that is going to be his whole turn, and that we're going to wrap it up there with this. We're going to drop these in his discard pile. We're going to add some more to the row, and that is going to be a Mad Scientist, which we are going to have a 4-point attack. Ooh, and a Dark Jiddu, not a Jedi, a Jiddu, which actually pull 1 extra cube. So we're going to pull 5 cubes. It's going to be a damage turn for us. It's a great way to end this session. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 1 more. So white's taking a hit. And that's it. Wow, man, there are going to be some hits coming soon. So white actually has a point of damage on him now. Just 1, though, so he's doing okay. Blue only has 2. We haven't taken a lot of damage. Pretty good. Anyway, that was 2 full turns. That's going to wrap up this session. Now, I'm going to ask for a vote, but I'm probably just going to pull the trigger on this because this game is really fun as a multiplayer game. It's not really highlighted as me playing solo with 3 characters, and I have games that work much better as solo games. So I think I'm going to end this session here. That was a good several sessions of Clank in space. You get to see it, get to see how it works, got to see the board, the cards, and everything. It's very similar to Clank, so it's not like a big mystery. Let me know if you think that. If you're really against that, I may retract that thought, but I don't think you will be. So I'm going to plan to move on. I got some other things. I got a game to demo for you. It's a prototype all the way from somewhere in the Eastern Bloc countries. I got to remember which one it is. Anyway, I'll show that to you, and I also got the new Mansions of Madness expansion that came in, and also Legacy of Dragonhold, which I think will be the next thing I put on the table. That'd be really cool to see 3 different versions of that going and see how they end up different in those beginning scenarios. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I think if I do end up this video, I will do 1 more short video to wrap it up and talk about Clank in space, and then we'll be done. So thank you. Talk to you next time.